This week on Competition Ready, we're taking an in-depth look at Autogeek's Detail Fest, the annual mecca for all things related to the detail industry. We're here at the Palm Beach County Convention Center to find out how this incredible event has become one of the most celebrated car shows of the year. We'll see the products, the personalities, the rides, and I'll be picking out my very own best in show. We're taking a break from the work and bringing you an exclusive look behind the scenes at Autogeek's Detail Fest. When the world's top builders need their cars to shine, they call Autogeek and their team of expert detailers to prepare their custom creations for some of the most prestigious automotive events in the industry. Join Mike Phillips and me as we team up with the country's top surface technicians to polish these incredible cars to perfection at that critical final moment before the doors open and the crowds begin to arrive. From the shop to the show, we're there to make these rides competition ready. Welcome to the Palm Beach County Convention Center. Inside this building, Autogeek is hosting the 12th annual Detail Fest, the largest detailers event in the industry. Every product you can imagine, the latest in industry technology, and a collection of the most beautiful cars in the world is all waiting just behind these walls. And now, I'm going to give you an exclusive look at this awesome event and everything it has to offer. There's so much going on here, it's hard to know where to begin. But let's start with getting this show built from the ground up. In the days before the official opening, the booths were placed and over 100 cars rolled into the convention center.
Detail Fest is the largest event of its kind. Detail Fest gives an opportunity to the consumers to come meet the professionals, see how they work their magic. Having the opportunity to directly ask questions and get answers, that kind of interaction is what makes Detail Fest so special. It's more than just a detailer's exhibition. It's really a cool car show.
And this year, Autogeek's new owner is determined to keep Detail Fest on its upward trajectory, focused on bringing the fans more of what they love.
What makes Autogeek the leader in the industry, I think, is they really do a great job of connecting the consumers with professionals. I've sort of been born into the car industry. My father was a race car driver, and my mother was the daughter of Tony Holman, who purchased the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 1945.
The turnout is great. You know, I've been here for 6 years now, and I can see every year it keeps growing and growing, and we finally moved indoors. We're out of the elements, and I think the crowd's happy. We're happy. It's a great environment for everyone.
This has become more than just a show for detailers. There were some incredible cars here. I'm going to tell you some of the nicest cars that I've seen in any car show.
This is the pinnacle. This is the who's who of this industry are right assembled here today.
This event offers anything you could possibly want related to detailing, including a series of classes, a few taught by a very familiar guy. Right now, Mike is teaching a class, so I'm going to go take a peek and see how he's doing.
We've got chemicals that are specific for how they're used with different tools and different paths.
So cool watching Mike at work. He's so passionate about his craft. It's pretty awesome.
If you wash the car, you start at the top and work your way down. You have two options. Dry the water off the car right then and there.
There is no one in the industry better suited or more knowledgeable than our very own Mike Phillips. People taking his classes walk in with a hearty interest and walk out on their way to becoming professionals.
He's so focused that I don't want to distract him, and I feel like I take this class every time I work with him, so I'm going to let him finish up, and I'm going to go hit the Detail Fest floor.
Detail Fest is not only a great place to learn about the industry, but a who's who of car show personalities. You can't walk for more than a couple of minutes before running into some kind of automotive icon. Look who I found perusing the grounds here. Chris Jacobs, my old partner in crime. So how are you doing?
Fantastic to see you. Doing great.
And you've been coming to Detail Fest for quite a few years now.
I have. I've seen the show evolve inside this year for the first time, which is great. This beautiful convention center here in Palm Beach County. So It's nice to see the hobby so strong, so many great cars in a very pleasant, controlled environment.
Yeah, and also the caliber of cars. I mean, even compared to last year's Detail Fest, the caliber of cars this year has just, everybody's kind of stepping up their game.
They really are. The community is very strong. People come in from all of the surrounding states. It's great to see. I love coming down here. You walk in this room and you kind of turn into a 12-year-old again. You know, it's like, ooh, shiny. There's just so much eye candy. It's like sensory overload around here. I know that as soon as I'm done here, I'm going right over to that Superbird to check that out. Because, you know,
that.
I'm a Mopar guy at heart.
And all the Mopars that are coming in, I'm like, okay, Chris is gonna like that. So yeah, it's definitely like a kid in a candy store here.
It's so great.
All right, Chris, I know you have a full schedule, so hopefully you get to enjoy the show in between your signings and being on stage and judging. So it was great seeing you as always.
They can't keep me away. It's great to see you too. I know. Rock
All right,
it. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Detail Fest began in 2006 as just a few detail enthusiasts and friends hanging out with their cars. From there, the event has grown dramatically. First, taking over the Autogeek facility and finally, moving to the Palm Beach County Convention Center. And judging from its expanded popularity, it's destined to continue getting bigger and better every year. It's an event like no other, the only place where detail fanatics can learn, shop, and admire the best products, techniques, and cars in the industry.
I started coming to Detail Fest in its infancy. There were just a few cars and a few vendors, and over the course of time, the amount of cars have increased, of course, and there's tons of vendors.
It went from a nice little gathering out in front of Autogeek's headquarters to really a pretty significant show. Several hundred cars, and then, of course, this year inside in a pretty grand display.
Honestly, I'm a little overwhelmed here. I need to go to my comfort zone, which is always looking at cool cars. I'm finally feeling the pain all the judges feel at the events we attend. Now it's my turn to pick my favorite, and there is a whole lot to choose from. This is the 12th annual Autogeek Detail Fest. As you can see, this place is absolutely teeming with activity. I've spent a little time checking in on some old friends and exploring the aisles, but now it's time to start thinking about which of these incredible rides is gonna be my best in show. This isn't gonna be easy. And speaking of competitions, we couldn't talk about Detail Fest without mentioning one of its signature features, the Detailer's Cup.
The Detailer's Competition, Detailer's Challenge, has kind of added a new level to this whole thing.
One of the main focal points of Detail Fest is the Detailer's Cup event.
Last year's show brought the fans and techniques center stage, showcasing some of the best builders and most incredible cars in the industry, and putting Mike and an enormous team of experts to the test, having them prepare and polish 6 stunning rides in just a matter of hours.
We've got 5 incredible builders vying for that top spot, so it should be exciting.
But right now, the featured cars on the floor are competing to become my best in show. Starting with this awesome 55 Nomad.
I have to say, your car is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
What caught my eye was all the chrome. I'm a huge fan of chrome. To me, it's a way to add bling to the car, but still keep it classy. So tell me a little bit more about this car.
Well, as you said, 55 Nomad, the original body we found in a barn out in Kentucky.
So it's a barn find.
Yeah, and it was just a shell. We always had the vision of making it into a resto mod or Pro Tour, as they call it. And I always loved the Tri-5s. And Nomads, they're hard to come by. And when we found this one, we said we have to go for it, and that's what we did.
Yeah. Now, what kind of engine do you have in it?
We pulled a 2010 Camaro SS engine, so it's an L99. So it's got all the fun stuff in it to make it go.
Yeah, no, this Nomad, it's beautiful. You did it justice.
I really appreciate your comments.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, no, and thank you for letting me admire it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna continue walking around and make my decision.
Uh-oh.
I've been walking around the show and looking at a lot of cars, but there is a truck here that has caught my eye, and I'm here with the owner, Steve, who's the owner of this amazing 51 Chevy truck. And I have to say, when you brought it in,
Everything about it is just stunning, from the paint to the chrome, the interior. I love how you kept it stock. Tell me a little bit more about it.
The color of this car is aspen green, which is an original color in 1951, which is amazing because you don't see this color very often.
No. What was it about this truck that made you want to buy it?
Style of the year of this truck. It just drew me right in.
So do you get to drive it on the road?
I do. I usually take it maybe on the weekends or to car shows like this.
I'm not really much of a truck person,
Yep.
but this truck, I could see myself driving.
No, it's the color.
Where are your keys?
Yeah. Anytime you want.
Hand them over.
You're welcome to drive it anytime.
I get to hand out a trophy at the end of the car show, and I just want to let you know that your truck is in the running and one of my top picks, so
Good. We'll
good
keep our
luck.
fingers crossed.
Yes. This is going to be a hard decision, and while I was scouring the rows, I ran into another familiar face. Mike Phillips, you are a hard man to track down at this event, but tell me about your experience with Detail Fest. How has it changed from when you first came to now?
Well, the first Detail Fests were great, but now they're even at a higher level. As it evolves, we get more people coming, more manufacturers, and so there's just more to learn and more to have fun with.
So what's somebody interested in detailing their car find at this show?
Two important things. One is we always have classes here, and they're free, and they cover pretty much every topic related to making a car look its best. Besides the classes, there's booths where all the vendors come in, and they have their own in-house experts to show you how to use their tools, their chemicals, or their pads. So it's a very hands-on kind of car show.
Anything you want to know about detailing, this is the place to be.
This really is the place to be. I'd like to say there's no other place like this at all. If a person has a passion and wants to learn more, they got to get to Detail Fest.
Before I get back to judging, I'm going to check in with my friends at Flex, who are working on a very cool and unusual car. Hey, guys.
Hey.
What is this that I'm seeing? I feel like I've hit the Pontiac jackpot. This is every Firebird and Trans Am fan's dream. What is this?
Definitely a collector's edition. This is a Trans Am Bandit. It's one of a kind. Michael Pena actually knows a lot about this car.
Please tell me.
It is amazing. You know, we started with the Chevy platform, and then this is our vision of what the new Trans Am should be. It's 850 horsepower.
Wow.
Full iBox suspension.
It's perfection. I need one.
You need one. Yes, you do. Yes, you
If
do.
they have any extras lying around, send it my way.
They're only making 77. We'll put you on the list.
Please do. What are we doing right now?
Well, we're working with the new Flex Finisher 15. It's a brand new unit that we just came out with this year.
Okay.
It's very user-friendly. Would you like to try it?
I would love to try
All
it.
right.
What an honor to try it on this car.
For sure.
You don't have to twist my arm.
You're no stranger to polishers, but
No.
this finisher works amazing. This is what we use at the factory, and we spend about 35 hours getting this finished on this paint.
Do you
It's
feel how
very
smooth
flat.
it is?
Very smooth and very easy.
This is a great machine in that the entry-level detailer, the weekend warrior, up to the professional level.
It is
can use
honestly
it.
very easy to use.
It has the power to get the job done and give you a good finish every time.
How did I do?
Amazing. Mirror Shine, you're hired.
And I get the car too, right?
We'll have to work on that.
We've covered a lot of ground already, but there's still so much left to do. Speaking of which, I think I'm supposed to be on stage right about now. See you in a bit. Got it? I thought there was a lot of pressure when Mike and I would work to get a car ready for an event. But actually, I haven't had a spare moment since we got here. Mike's busy giving classes, and I've been trying to take everything in while meeting the fans and judging my best in show. Man, this is a lot of work. I love coming to events like this and getting the opportunity to hang out with my automotive family. They're all great people and some of the most passionate car enthusiasts I've ever met. And having us all together, hanging with the fans, what could be better? I'm here with fellow car girl, the one and only Christy Lee. So Christy, you've been coming to Detail Fest for a few years now. How has it changed from the first time you attended to now?
It's a big difference. Last year we were outdoors and it was a rainstorm. So now it's so cool to be inside because it's dry, the cars are shown really well. So big difference from year one to year two for me.
So I know you've been busy, you've been doing autograph signings, you've been up on stage.
This is such a great event, and one of my favorite parts about it is getting a chance to meet the fans and hear their car stories. Not only see their car, but hear how they got that car started and how, you know, they started their build and where they got it from. That's probably one of the coolest parts of an event like this.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things you really touched on is the backstory. There's always a great story behind a classic car, and that's, to me, what makes a car.
Absolutely. It's the person that makes the build, right?
Yes. So how do you feel that Detail Fest has helped the detailing industry?
Well, it's definitely something that could be easily overlooked. You know, everybody's worried about what kind of engine am I going to put on this car? You know, what kind of wheels? How am I going to make it look really amazing? Well, keeping it looking nice is just as important too, taking care of the paint, the proper detail maintenance. So an event like this is a great opportunity for car lovers, car enthusiasts to come out and learn more about that, see the products that are out there and available, and even get some product techniques and classes from you and Mike too.
I mean, there's just so much to learn and see, and it's pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
Always something to learn here.
Always.
I've never been to an event where the instruction is half the fun. Everyone with a desire to learn something about detailing will walk away more informed than when they arrived. And that's thanks to the wonderful, enthusiastic vendors filling out the show. It's hard to pull myself away from simply enjoying the event, but I do still have to pick my best in show. Fortunately, I was able to grab Mike in between his classes and get a little lesson on exercising my critical eye.
There are so many amazing cars here, and I'm having a really hard time narrowing down my choices for my top pick. So can you give me some tips of what to look for when I'm choosing the car?
One of the things I look for is just the finish quality. And if you look at this one, how it's swirl-free, you know, it has a very good clarity. You can see the flames like pop out, and look at the metallic flake. So the clear coat's completely been cleared up by a great polishing job, so you can see the beauty of the paint.
Yeah.
Now look at something like this. See the louvers? The tricky part is not to burn the paint off on each one of these sharp edges.
Exactly.
So a lot of this work has to be done intricately by hand. And up here, you see where the hood meets the cowl here in front of the windshield? There's a gap. I would look for splatter, like look at the gas right here, splatter, compound splatter, where they didn't come back in and pull that stuff out, maybe on the gasket up here around the windshield. So I'd look for all these little details that, even though they're little things, I always say it's the little things that make the big things.
Yeah, because that actually will narrow down the list, because right now my list is this entire car show, because everybody has such amazing cars.
Yes.
All right, well, I know you're busy hearing seminars and classes to teach, so I'm going to let you continue and do what you do best, and I'm going to go pick
Walk
my
the
top
line.
pick.
Yep.
All right. There is nothing in the world like Autogeek's Detail Fest. If you have any interest in making your car have that competition-ready shine, then this is the place to be. I thought I learned it all just being on the road with Mike, but being here has let me know there's always more to learn. We're getting close to calling it a day here at Autogeek's annual Detail Fest, and I still have some judging to do. I feel like I've been running around all day, but with so much to see and do, you've got to move fast and take it all in. And on that note,
I don't know how I missed it before, but man, look at this Firebird.
so I've been walking around the show and I've been looking at so many amazing cars. I'm here with Andre, and I have to say that your Trans Am caught my eye. I'm a huge Pontiac fan,
Yes.
so I mean, it's gonna catch my eye. So tell me a little bit more about your car.
Well, it's a 78 Trans Am. It's a full off-frame restoration car done by Elite Auto Works here in Miami. It's got an LS3 a power motor with a 6-speed Tremec.
Can't go wrong with LS3. I've got one in mine.
Not a power, yeah. We also put a Magnus and supercharger on it. Yes, it's a power additive, and it's worked out well for us.
And how did you come up with the color?
The color I had in high school, my first car was a blue 79 Trans Am.
Okay.
So I always wanted to build a blue Trans Am, and that's how we got to this.
Well, I'm sure you turn lots of heads when you drive it. I'm hoping you drive it a lot.
I do.
Okay, yeah, no, it's an amazing car. It's an iconic car, and I mean, it definitely stands out.
I go to dinner on this car. I go with my wife and baby. I have a 2.5-year-old. I get her seat, baby seat back there.
Yeah, future Pontiac fan. I mean, come on, we got to get the next generation going.
Exactly.
And what the next generation needs to know first is how to take care of their car if they want it to last. that's what Detail Fest is all about.
There's tons of vendors, all about car care, showing everybody what they need to do and how they need to do it to keep their car clean and competition ready. You see concourse quality cars, muscle cars, exotics, classics, British, Italian, Japanese, German, they're all here. And American, of course.
And as I settle on my final decision of my choice for Best in Show, the rest of the trophies are being awarded to some very happy car guys.
Well, AJ, you were able to walk the whole show and pick out your favorite car.
All right, well, it was definitely a very difficult decision. I've learned a lot from you over the past few months working alongside you. I see cars differently now because of you. Yeah, I kind of had my work cut out for me, but I finally made a choice.
Could you tell us what the choice is? Who is the winner?
The winner is Dan and his 55 Nomad.
Wow. That is a beautiful Nomad. We looked at that very closely, by the way.
We did.
Dan,
we did.
come on up.
The chrome, the color, the story you had behind it, just everything.
I was down in the crowd. They were announcing the awards. I really wasn't expecting anything, so when I heard my name called, I was super excited. It was a very surreal moment, and we're very happy.
Congratulations, how do you feel?
I'm lost for words. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that everyone appreciated this build as much as we did when we conceived the dream, and now here it is a reality. And this is the first show we attended with, this is the debut for that Nomad.
Wow.
So we're very, very happy.
I'll tell you, to get the approval from AJ on your car, that's some bragging rights, buddy, right there. That's some bragging rights.
I'm very honored, very honored. This is her first show, her first showing. To win an award is just the icing on the cake. We're super excited about it, and hopefully there'll be more in the future.
There is no better place to be than right here at Autogeek's Detail Fest, especially if you want to learn how to get your ride looking competition ready.